Well, to discuss this further, let's go to Hatem Bazian, the co-founder and professor of Islamic Law at Zaytuna College. He joins us now from Berkeley, California. Good to have you with us, Professor. This is the latest escalation in more than a year of violence, both in the occupied territories and Israel. Can you give us your initial reaction to the latest Israeli strikes on Gaza?
I think what we need to put the context that this is the systematic operations of Israel that has been going on for over 20 years, if we want to be correctly putting the context of the operation. This is also in violation of international law, that Israel is an occupying power that has been pounding Gaza almost nonstop every year. Since even before this current cycle. So I would see what is taking place in here is an attempt to rally the Israeli public behind the current government that has lost considerable support, and there is considerable division inside the Israeli society. Anytime that in the past that the Israeli government faced internal dissension, internal splits, or even during election cycles, one of the easiest way to rally public support and consolidate the political directions within the country is to by engaging in an assault and an attack on the Palestinians, whether in Gaza, in the West Bank, or even during the period of the early 2000 on against Lebanon, Palestinians in Lebanon. So I see this as part of really an Israeli incapacity to come out of their internal division, the debates about the Supreme Court, the changes in the basic law, and the attempt of Netanyahu, Ben-Gvir, and others to see if they come out of this closed box politically. Just yesterday, a European delegation canceled its meeting with the Israeli government because Ben-Gvir, who was the internal security minister, was to participate. So what we're seeing in here is this attempt to use the attacks on Gaza as a way to rally domestic support, and possibly this will bring international support in the sense of Israel having the right to defend itself, which we're going to see some of the American and European political leadership as soon as there is a response from Palestinians that this will be their go-to talking points.
And the recent Israeli military raids have targeted this Palestinian Islamic Jihad group. It's the second most powerful armed group in Gaza after Hamas. Why are Israelis so intent on targeting this group in particular?
Well, the choice of the group, I think it's secondary to the strategic purpose of the attack. So targeting any part of the Palestinian resistance, and we see this during the last month of Ramadan, where Israel actually launched its attacks inside the occupied territories in the West Bank, targeting the Lion Den, which had a number of Palestinian groups coalescing. So I would say that targeting is in essence to solicit a response, and that response will be used as a way for Israel to ratchet up its attacks on the Gaza Strip. And as we heard, or at least the report indicated, that Israel has planned this operation, which means this notion that they are responding to something has to be set aside. This is an operation that has been in the making, using about 50 aircraft and other military pieces to carry this attack. So it's always Israel says that they're pursuing Palestinian militant groups, but as we see, the primary victims of Israel attack is mostly civilians in essence, and they have no problem of actually violating international law in essence of using violence for every supposed target that they hit. Often there are many civilians that are killed. In essence, what they call collateral damage. There is no such thing as a collateral damage when you are using heavy aircraft, heavy missiles to target civilian populations and centers of population. And Gaza is the most densely populated area in the world.
Okay, Professor Hatem Bazian, we will have to leave it there, but thank you so much for sharing your analysis with us on TRT World.